Good afternoon, good evening, good morning for some of you. So this live stream got delayed because I just finished the live stream for the healing. So starting a half hour later than I had posted. So thank you for your patience. My name is Janet Wright. If you don't know, I'm an energy healer, energy reader, teacher, and this Q&A is where you can ask a question if you want. I'd be happy to take a look at it and answer. I think I just messed up my camera focus. You gotta fix that. So I will answer just one question per person, please. And please don't directly address another specific participant because you guys don't know each other and sometimes that's weird for people. But if you want to say something positive in general to everybody, that's of course fine. Okay, so I'm going to start reading questions and I'll probably do this for an hour-ish, give or take. So we'll see. I'll set a timer just to give myself some sense of time, which I usually am not good with. All right. So this is oh, and you don't have to have worked with me before in order to put a question. That's fine. I'll answer any question I can. Put your first name and last initial if I don't know your name. Put that if you could in your question if it's not already in your YouTube ID because names help. First and last name help me to see someone's energy. Okay, someone says, hi, Janet. This morning it took unusually long for me to get present. I was healing myself on and off due to childcare. Maybe that was the problem? Was I dividing my attention too much? No, that wasn't the problem. And good for you for healing yourself as you take care of your kids, in between taking care of your kids, around taking care of your kids. That's really wonderful. So many moms and parents don't do that and they just save it till some mystical time at the end of the day when they're gonna supposedly be ready to heal themselves finally. But when you most need it is when you're most dealing with all sorts of stuff, so it's good to kind of try to splice it into your day as you need it. It seems like you had some aura damage that you didn't catch. Like this is interesting. Your aura damage was from your astral body aura only. In the back, there's big. There still is actually. Because I don't think you got today's healing. You weren't. Maybe you healed yourself, but you didn't get the healing. So your astral body aura has a big rip in the back, but your physical body aura does not. So maybe if you just looked at both of them together, you're like, no, my aura repair is fine. But yeah, so heal specifically your astral body aura and get rid of the rips in the top and the back. And that should help make things work better and feel better. But yeah, no, it's not that you were doing piecemeal here and there. It was that you just missed some big aura damage. And people that know me know you got to take care of aura damage first, do aura repair, and do your grounding stuff first, because that'll give you a strong platform to do everything else. Someone says, my ex-girlfriend passed 2 weeks ago. I'm sorry. A medium said, I think you mean crossed over, 2 weeks ago. A medium said, my ex has come back and want to stay with me and assist me in life. What can I do, clear or heal to better perceive her? Well, I mean, first for context, we all have actual angels as well. Not to diminish that, and I will get to that specifically, but we all have real angels that were assigned to us for this lifetime, matched up with us specifically during life planning stages in heaven before conception. And so I mean, if you're old enough to at all care about me, as a healer reader and not like detest me, then then you have at least three angels. If you're also in a like a helper profession, like you're a therapist or a teacher or something, or a reader healer, you probably have a fourth angel as well. And then everyone has a spirit guide as well. A spirit guide is a human being spirit like you and me that's in between lifetimes and has volunteered to be somebody's spirit guide and got matched up with you specifically. So they usually, you haven't known them in a past life, but it's just somebody that the angels picked that would be really good to help you. So you already have a lot of helpers that would be amazing and excellent. And so being present enough and flowing enough to be really open to divine assistance, which I would call the angels and your spirit guide. Even though your spirit guide's a human being spirit, they work with your angels. That spirit guide works with your angels. So it's like your divine team. So that I think is always for anybody and everybody a really valid thing. And then sometimes we do have what I would call heaven friends, some people that, care and want to help out extra, even just with companionship and showing up and, talking to you while you wrap up your day, when you get ready for your shower or something at the end of the day or whatever time, or when you go on a walk, maybe you have one of your heaven friends likes to go on a walk with you. And so conscious perception of your heaven friends and your divine team, comes with time as you get more and more present. You get more better at, fifth chakra, which is nonverbal communication, conscious telepathy. So hearing what your angels are saying to you, what your spirit guide is saying to you, seeing what your angels and your spirit guide are showing you, and your heaven friend is showing you or saying to you. So technically it's like sixth chakra and fifth chakra, because on a spirit level, people can communicate with an image, picture says 1,000 words or something. So they can show you an image and then you intuitively realize like, oh, that's what they mean, So it's sixth chakra and fifth chakra a lot, this sort of communication with spirit, your heaven friends and your divine team. But you're going to get, chances are you got to get pretty present and pretty safe first in order to get good at that stuff. So for a while, you just kind of know. I mean, anybody who's a heaven friend, if you just say their name, they'll show up and they'll visit, and you can hang out with them and talk to them, and so you don't have to perceive them for that to happen. So that can happen immediately. You could say that person's name, they show up, and you just kind of hang out. Maybe they're, some people, if their heaven friend like recently crossed over, when their heaven friend shows up, depending on the situation, that may make them cry because the heaven friend shows up real close physically and like wants to hug them, and it triggers so much grief that the person cries. So if that happens to anybody, you just ask them to give you room, like, be like, sit on imagine an energy chair and sit like 10 feet away or 6 feet away. And that tends to be a lot less triggering. So it might be easier to hang out with certain heaven friends if they, have a chair that's a little further away, or they just make sure they're further away in the room with you. But like I said, your perception of your angels and your heaven friends is going to increase the more present you get. So as far as speeding it up, I mean, just speed up getting more present. The person that's actually questioning and asking, I think still, yeah, you work on getting much more present. That's going to speed this up faster. It's not, I don't think you're present enough yet to explicitly work a lot on conscious telepathy and have it go anywhere. Just keep working on getting more and more present, and know that, if your angels, you're always going to have your spirit guide with you, and maybe a spirit guide and one angel with you, and sometimes more than that at the same time. Plus, you're maybe a visiting heaven friend, and that heaven friend that you're talking about, I agree. She wants to help you. But like I said, you have like one or two other heaven friends from past lives that you're not consciously aware of that also feel as strongly. So you have, you know, a nice team, and a lot of people do. So, you know, just get as present as possible, as fast as possible, so that you can enjoy that even more. But I mean, you could just say, I am open to divine assistance. I am open to listening to my angels. I'm open to, you know, whatever assistance that my angels feel is good for me. So that way, you know, you're benefiting from the companionship and the help, before your conscious perception gets to where you want it to be. So hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. Someone says, thanks for the healing. I self-healed. Yes, I often see a kind of white gauze around the edge of my aura. Are those invasive beings? Yes. I healed it all the time. I heal it all the time, but it seems to always be there. What can I do? Yeah, typically it'll just be like, you know, maybe four beings that sort of form like a gauzy thing. So you just say, angels, can you recycle all the beings that are doing this white gauze thing, you know, and then just, you know, that'll probably clear, you know, half of it. And then you go, okay, angels, here are some more. Can you recycle these guys? You know, and then just, that's why I did vacuum boxes explicitly around the edge of the grounding today and the edge of the aura. Because I see it a lot of times when I look at people's grounding, you know, like maybe they have a yellow grounding, like through their intention, but then there's all this white everywhere, you know, which is just it's just a couple beings, but it creates a big visual thing, you know. So so that's why I did vacuum box. So you can do more vacuum boxes around the edge of both of your auras, you know, first maybe, and then just keep asking the angels to recycle until you see less and less of that. If you feel that the the white gauzy effect tends to center around a certain part of your auras, like say it's in your back right, then you also have a little bit of damage in your Weichi auras right there. Not your regular auras, but your Weichi auras right there. There's like a big cave out in like about 4 of your Weichi auras right there. So your protective energy field isn't as strong right there, which is what kind of draws the invasive beings there. So just heal your Weichi auras all around your perimeter. Those 15 Weichi auras, just work on repairing more around the outer part of your Weichi auras. So hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Someone says, hi, Janet. Thanks for the healing. I saw a true story on TV a few weeks ago, and I still have moments of big fear about it. What can I do? True story on TV. Maybe that's a show. I'm not aware of it, though. But anyway, you saw something on TV, and you freak out about it. Okay, so you have 2 different past lives where you were aware of a situation that is like you have past life fear that matches what you saw on TV recently. So it's just past life stuff triggered, past life fears. So I actually have walkthrough videos to clear past life stuff. I use it, I call the technique timeline healing. So if you search Janet Wright timeline healing, and that would be fine. Also, you get like two good choices from that, and then Janet Wright clear fear. That would be, you get at least 1 or 2 good choices on that too, because you don't really have to know that it's past life fear to clear it, you know. But that's what it is, just for your information. Hey, Bambi, come on up, Bambi. Come on, jump up. Okay, so hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Talking to my cat. Someone says, hey, Janet, lately I've been feeling really stuck. Interesting, yeah. Yeah, because you usually move forward pretty regularly on your path. But yeah, it seems like you got barricaded on your path. Like there are like just these like white wood fences on your path. Not from your mother this time, though. I think your sister-in-law is the creator of the white fences that are blocking you on your path. But anyway, you're saying my intuition is telling me to work this triplet for that, but I wanted to check if something else was going on too. Yeah, I mean, that's true too. I think that this triplet, particularly like today, um, the I would say the biggest one that could help you today was that in today's healing was that thing we did. Maybe it was like 20 minutes before the end of the healing, something like that. That one about the closed flower, and we imagined the flower of yours that's closed, and then we healed it enough so that it felt good enough to open. I would say you could keep doing that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that was some energy from your sister-in-law on your path that was just kind of stopping you in your tracks. Yeah, maybe do for her what you tend to do for your mom, how you know how you give her energy healing flowers each time you get a group healing because you're trying to chill her out and have her more comfortable with your change. I think your change involves, therefore, her brother possibly moving, and she's not, your sister-in-law is maybe a little triggered by that. So maybe add her to your flower list of people that you need to comfort every time you want to move forward. For other people that don't know that what I'm referring to, there is a video called, if you search if you search YouTube with the words Janet Wright resolve conflict boundary issues, you'll find it. It's like 35 minutes long, but once you learn it, you can do it really fast. But basically, it's a way to comfort other people that freak out when you grow and move forward, so that they leave you alone. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I've been doing a lot of crowd exercise. Well, good for you. Without being victim-y, I get a lot of that attention at work. Do you, as a healer, attract random people who sense you can help them and expect your help? And then he continues, I get a little confrontational with telling them to get real. I validate their pain a bit, but in a talk to your angels and change yourself because you're bugging me isn't helping you. Advice on that? Yeah, I think there's some inner pain that you have. I think that you have inner pain where you feel like the world doesn't help you enough. You know, you weren't supported enough as a child, um, in, critical ways that could have really helped. And so I think in general, you kind of project kind of a pissiness, at the world. Like, screw you, I'm not getting what I need. And I think it backfires. Whenever you're sending out into the world some kind of a meh, 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 you get some weird stuff in response from the universe, and I think that's part of what's going on here. I think you just maybe do some inner child healing. Like, there's that, if you search Janet Wright, heal wounded inner child, that's nice. And then just, you can imagine the inner wounds that you have from any time you didn't get enough support. You feel like you didn't get enough support, and just obviously ground first a bunch, and then just imagine the wounds like slashes out in front of you, wounds about not getting enough support, and just keep healing them, and just do that as like a daily, thing, each time you work your energy, if you want. Just heal your inner wounds about not getting enough support from your parents, from the world, from anybody in general, and then heal the wounded inner child parts of you that also feel that way. Because I think then I don't think then you would attract what you're attracting. I think somehow you're projecting a neediness, which is causing you to attract needy people. I mean, as a professional healer, your question of do I get people asking me for help? Well, sure, yeah. But I don't think that's exactly what's going on with you. I think it's this inner pain, that gets triggered when people come to you with a handout. You're like, are you kidding me? Like, I need help. You know, I think it's that deeper level that it just really bugs you because you feel empty and you feel disrespected and dishonored. And so I think if you get that taken care of, then people coming to you for help, you can just kind of deal with it much better. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Someone says, I feel March is the start month for me. I have been trying to practice by just, oh, you're talking about professionally. I have been trying to practice by just reading random people, not necessarily healing, but just thinking about how much I have on my plate makes me feel paused. Yeah, I mean, I think just think about, when you're starting a new business, think about, how what is a healthy size for you right now for your business. Like particularly for anybody starting a business that is like you have your regular full-time business and your full-time life, and then you have this extra project that you're starting. What size is healthy for you for the first month, the first 3 months, the first 6 months, the first year? Like, just get a sense with you and your angels of sizing and pacing for yourself, so that you can feel safe and in control and balanced with it. But yeah, I think you're getting accurate messages for your angels about that it's okay to start. But as far as it seems like you don't have a strong sense of the pacing and what concrete pacing you need and what boundaries you need with that. And that's all workable. You just need to work on clarity with that. So I hope that helps. Somebody says, I feel resistant during the physical body and astral body grounding. Did I manage to do it correctly though? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. So good for you for keeping up with it. Yeah, you did. And I think the reason that you like, kind of like what I said, the reason that you felt resistance is because you really needed it. Because if I look back, like say 3 months ago, your physical body grounding is great, but your astral body grounding was like crazy blocked. So I think that's probably where a lot of this resistance is coming from. It's like you just see, there's just a lot that is there, and then you're like, I want to do something else. This is lame. This is boring. Why is she making me do this? So yeah, I think it's more your astral body grounding that is the one that's kind of new for you. So when you don't specify, then you just do the composite. Like say the whole back half of one grounding might be blocked or whatever, and you might just not notice it. So just try to keep it light for yourself, maybe bounce around in your chair as you do it or something, or, just take a little extra stretch break as you're doing it or something. But yeah, it worked and you needed it. So keep up the good work. And good for you for going, okay, this is just resistance. I'm going to do it anyway. That's very nice. Um, I get my bunnies and cute little animals. Thank you so much. Can see and hear you. Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, you guys. Someone says, I have been focusing heavily on turtle shell and melting walls between me and me. Yes, which is a reference to the Love Life triplet set that we did in February. So if anyone wants to do that, that'll be the third healing from February. I would say is my favorite of all three because it has both the turtle shell and the melt inner walls one plus other stuff. But anyway, okay, so this person says, so if you search Janet Wright turtle shell, you'll find it, I think. uh, but anyway, is there more healing I can do for love life? Curious if I am the one delaying love life or if my person isn't ready. Yes, both. It's both still. Um, this what we did today at that towards the two things from today's healing that could help your love life. One of them we did on Friday too. That burdens behind you on your path. So today's one was nice with that. We did like a 14-minute workout of unblocking your path and specifically getting rid of stuff behind you on your path. Do that and just add a sub theme of, you know, anything I'm dragging behind me that's messing with my love life, manifesting. So that you could do that, redo that part from today's healing, and you could do that as often as you want. And then also towards the end, that letting your closed flower bloom, like you heal, it's like you, the part of you that has been closed tightly shut, and you just strengthen that part of you and heal that part of you enough so that part of you blooms. I think that is very love life relevant for anybody. Even manifesting friendships, I would say. That could help with manifesting friendships. It was so sweet. So yeah, I'll link below if I remember, hopefully, today's healing, so that later, you know, people watching later will be like, what video was from today, Janet? You know, but obviously you know because you just did it. So, but yeah, the closed, opening the closed flower and the clearing the burdens behind you on your path could be nice for love life. So yeah, there still is more that you can do. Someone says, hi, did the healing help my negative pattern of relationship and love, or is there anything more I can do? You did not get today's healing, just for my reference, but for your clarity too. But I think you know that you didn't get today's healing, but you maybe did it on yourself, and that's what you're referring to. So today's healing is on end negative patterns. Yeah, similar to what I just said for the other person. The burdens behind you, I don't see that as much affecting your love life, but that's interesting. The clear manipulations part of today's healing we did where we use sticky gold wax for like all the auras and all your whole energy system, all your groundings, and we have the sticky gold wax adhere to manipulations, which is my sort of cut and dry word for black magic, curses, you know, voodoo, hexes, whatever, blah, 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 that people try to do to you in past lives and maybe this life. But any of those that affect your love life manifesting, and just, you know, remove all that with the wax and give it to your angels and do that a couple of times. You can keep doing that over time. Clear manipulations that are affecting your love life. But you could use today's recording to do that if you want. Also, that closed flower exercise I was just telling the other person about that we did today, where it's towards the end of the healing and you imagine this part of you that has been tightly closed as like a flower bud that's tightly closed. And then you heal that part of you and strengthen that part of you and protect that part of you enough with gold light so that it blooms. I think that is very relevant for you. You could keep doing that exercise for like 2 months. Just because there are little parts of you from this life, that life, this life, that life. So you could, there's a lot there for you with that one. The turtle exercise that somebody already mentioned, that we did in the Love Life triplet set in February 2021. So if you search Janet Wright turtle exercise, you'll find it. Um, I'm sure. Uh, but turtle exercise, I think, would be another good one for you for your love life, because I think you do have these core energy blocks that in different lifetimes you've kind of put up these walls because you felt too vulnerable for people being aware of and courting these core energy blocks. And so you've accidentally made a lot of very self-isolating walls around yourself. And that impacts your love life too. So turtle exercise, clear manipulation, turtle exercise from February, you could just search it, Janet Wright, turtle exercise. And then from today, clear manipulations and opening the closed flower. So that is stuff you can do. Hope that helps. Someone says, hi Janet, any messages from my angels on what I need to work on to better deal with emotions? They're just saying look, so I gotta look. Yeah, I would say look at your second layer of your aura, both astral and physical. Just keep scanning it, because it seems like there are different things that you're not really noticing. Like especially in the back left of your second layer, physical, but also back left astral layer, astral aura in the second layer. But I would say, just like geek out on your second layer, just keep geeking out, find an energy block in the front that's triggered of your second layer, and just, intuit it, melt cords, melt it, but kind of notice like, okay, is this from a present life, past life? Just like really get comfortable with your second layer. Just have fun with it. Just try to do, at least 5 minutes each day during your meditations, just adventures, second layer adventures. Just try to keep it more like uplifting and, like, you're an explorer, you're a mighty explorer, exploring your second layer and making emotional wellness. Yay. So yeah. Yeah, that's true. If you search Janet Wright, fun emotions, which is funny that I said it that way, but I think I did say it that way. There are probably at least 1 or 2 decent walkthrough videos. I don't know what they are, but your angels are reminding me of that. I think maybe we use stacking and clearing or something to clear energy blocks that were making your emotions too heavy. But yeah, if you search Janet Wright fun emotions, you'll find them. So yeah, that would be it. Because your second layer, second chakra, second layer is emotions. Some people, when they say emotions, they also mean heart chakra, but not you. You're really having emotional second layer, second chakra stuff going on. But mostly second layer at this point. So I hope that helps. Someone says, I'm healing myself a lot lately, but oops, wait, I lost it. I'm healing myself a lot lately, but I'm hoping you can tell me what my priorities should be right now to feel my best. You know what I'm thinking of, what your angels are showing me. There's a video, it's one of there are only 3 that I made like late last year and early this year so far that are short, because I don't make many short videos anymore. because I have to do a separate live stream to make it, and I'm just spending so much energy doing the big ones that I just don't have a lot of leftover energy. But anyway, if you search Janet Wright, generate generate enough energy for your day. I think enough for your day. Enough energy for your day. Or generate. Maybe that's what it is. Generate enough energy for your day. That'll probably pull it up. It's a short video. It's like 23 minutes or less, and you work on chakras and the manifestation wings and the creative rings. So it's like all sort of energy sources to get more pep in your day and more like sort of, power. And I think that could be nice for you to just, because it seems like your things, since you've been doing more regular work now, nothing's like horribly wrong. You just seem like a boat that doesn't have a strong enough engine to move forward. Like the boat's fine, it's not wounded or anything. Everything's clean and okay, but it's like a motorboat and the sails aren't catching wind and the motor isn't very strong. So I think that video, it works on how much energy are your chakras generating, how much energy are your creative rings generating, your manifestation wings generating. So I think that'll get you moving forward faster, which I think will feel nicer. Your angels are talking about stretching too, physical stretching. So I don't know if that's something you're not doing. They want you to do more, it seems like, because that is nice to complement this energy work with physical stuff. So it seems like they're campaigning for if you could just fit in some stretching somehow, like, maybe when you're waiting for something to heat in the microwave or on the stove or something, just do some leg stretching and some ankle stretching, or, just try to fit it in, if you don't have the discipline to just do 20 minutes of stretching yet. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. Someone says, "Hi, Janet, can you give me examples of life purpose? It seems like most people think of life purpose only in terms of what they do in the world job market. Is some people's life purpose just to heal better?" It's an interesting question. Life purpose, I think I have a different take on it than a lot of sort of spiritual people, because a lot of spiritual people, they have sort of the life purpose stuff sounds so esoteric. Like somebody emailed me recently, they're like, my life purpose is to heal the earth, and it's like, you know, I mean, you plan your life, with your angels in heaven before it starts, with actually angels that specialize in life planning. So they review, what you've learned in past lives, what you're ready for, what you kind of keep avoiding, and what so there's a lot of nuance to it. It's not just like, oh, you're here to do, this one sentence, that's what you're here for. There's a lot of like odds and ends that contribute to it. It's more like a symphony, where you have like an oboe and two different violin sections, and you have the clarinets and the flutes and and then you have your three kinds of, bass drum, you have your like a timpani, and then you have, like this very subtle stuff that contributes to the wellness and your forward movement and what's ideal for you. So I tend to like more the whole life path idea, where your life path represents what you're meant to learn and experience in this life. And then you just keep it nice and clear of unnecessary blockages. And so you see yourself moving forward, if you are moving forward, and you can move forward more fast, more efficiently, more in the center of the path. And so it's like a more clear and enjoyable, and you feel more of a sense of purpose. So for me, that I feel like that covers all your bases, whether or not you consciously know, well, this is what I'm supposed to do for my career, and this is what I'm supposed to do interpersonally, this is what I need to work on, and for my health, this is what I need to work on. There are, you see what I'm saying? So it's like it's much more nuanced than what I normally hear people say, like, oh, I'm an empath, so my purpose in this life is to blah blah blah, or something. Like, people boil it down to like a really simple little thing, which I think sometimes maybe it is helpful for them, but maybe sometimes it makes them kind of miss, 60% of what the point is, maybe. So I would just say, if you work on getting as present as possible, and moving forward on your path, you're covering all your bases. You're not going to miss out on what you're supposed to do, because being as present as possible, I mean, and also having a balanced life, it's not just like you meditate all day and that's it. But if you work on getting, gradually as present as you can be, and your path is clear and awesome as you can have it, then it's going to happen. Whatever you're meant to do, whatever you're meant to learn, whether or not you have a cute little catchphrase, like corporate purpose statement, kind of thing. So that's my answer. I don't know if that really matches with your question exactly, but that's my answer. um, so you're saying, is some people's life purpose just to heal better? To feel better, maybe you said, or I don't know. I mean, a part of, yeah, everybody's very different. So it depends on what your immediate past lives were, and what you need to do this time. They can be vastly different. So yeah, some people, their job isn't actually a big part of what they're here to do. Whereas many other people, it is actually a significant vehicle through which they're supposed to be learning and, growing, clearing baggage, stuff. So, if you have had a lot of significant traumas in immediate past lives, then yeah, maybe your job is to just become whole, like work on feeling better, work on feeling safe, work on feeling whole. I mean, that's never wasted time, just to keep healing yourself, because say your life path is just to heal yourself the whole life, or is to heal yourself enough to the point where you're really whole, and now you don't have to have that as your main focus, and then you realize that there's some endeavor that would add to your fulfillment. So it doesn't have to be that your whole life in an instant, and exactly what you need to do 30 years from now. Just, I would say, just keep working on wellness and getting more present, and you can imagine your path, and you can do that. In today's healing, we did this section where we, maybe about halfway through, I'll later have an exact timestamp link. If you look in the healing video in the comment section, there'll be a detailed summary. But the part where we clear the burdens behind you, that you're dragging behind you on your path, that would be, I think, very good for you to do, to lighten up. So yeah, it's complex, but if you work on healing, you can't go wrong. Work on healing yourself, you can't go wrong. Okay, someone says, I can't seem to stick doing anything consistently to turn my interests into hobbies. Either I get bored, impatient, or I get disenchanted eventually. What's in the way of me developing hobbies? Well, I don't think it's a problem, actually. I mean, it may feel like a problem right now, and I'm sorry about that, but it looks like you're still coming into your own. You're still realizing like who you are and what you like. Um, some people have lifetimes where they come in, and maybe they had great parents or something, and they had a pretty together like end of their last past life, like the last half of their last past life, they were pretty much on a roll, and then they have really like specialized parents in this life to like help them get in fast and get going, and they kind of hit the ground running, and they know what they like, and they know what they want and all that. But plenty of people have a totally different kind of life, and maybe their last life was a lot of sort of disorienting stuff in the second half of the life, and then maybe your parents, they're not evil or anything or bad in any way, but they're not they weren't the exact vibration so that you came in, knowing all the stuff that you need to do and everything, so it looks like you're still getting your bearings as to like what's going on in this life and how you feel, like what's really you and what's other people, and how to, be safe and whole and find your inner peace and inner happiness and inner joy, and then find activities that kind of resonate with that. I think that as you've been changing and coming in more, different things have appealed to you, but as you're saying, they only appeal to you for like a week at a time or a month at a time, and then you're like, nah, I don't need that anymore. And that's not wrong. Other people, they come in and they're kind of like at that level for 40 years. So then of course they have this amazing bird watching habit that they've been doing for 30 years, and it feels great, and they're like, yeah, I'm a bird watcher. So try not to feel invalidated that you haven't been bird watching for 25 years yet, like just you're still transforming. So that's why you haven't developed long-term hobbies. Yeah, it's not, there's nothing wrong with you. You could do that closed flower, open, healing the closed flower so it opens thing that we did towards the end of today's healing. That could be nice. Because I think you're, in addition to working on getting in your first chakra all the time, because I think you're actually getting pretty good at being in your second chakra all the time. So, you could work explicitly on like clear fear. If you search Janet Wright clear fear, because that's first chakra, if you get good at clearing fear and just being there and feeling courage and safety. So if you search Janet Wright clear fear, there'll be one or two good choices. And just that, that video, I'm sure you know it, but Janet Wright get present. If you search Janet Wright get present 2-1, because it's like get present in second and first chakras. So you just 2 space 1, the numbers, and that'll Janet Wright get present 2-1. That'll pull up that video. And because your first layer is often very, very tight. So if you just heal the very top and the very bottom of it, and like the front right by your belly a lot, to just open it up more so that it expands more. When I say open up, I mean expand and have better flow. But yeah, keep working on your first layer, clear fear videos. That closed flower exercise that we did today would be really neat. But yeah, don't take it personally that you don't really like stuff for 3 years at a time, because you're changing a lot, and that's why. So that's okay. Someone says, hello, Janet, hope you're well and thank you for your videos. You're welcome. My question is about healing brain damage and tinnitus, which is ringing in the ears. Feels like my energy is leaking from my ears. It's kind of a long story. Well, one thing I would say, just as a general disclaimer, just not necessarily for you, because I think you kind of get it, but other people hearing it might misinterpret. So I'm not like a healer that is able, I don't know if there is one, but I'm not a healer that is known for and able to, heal physical issues, like cure cancer and la 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 la, no. But the healing that I do, it can impact the physical body in a positive way. So it could diminish some physical symptoms that you're having, or it can help you strengthen your body systems enough so that maybe you evolve out of something faster, so it has a sort of a supportive role to physical issues. But I think that. Just for other people, I don't want to overpromise anything. Okay. So if I look at you specifically, it doesn't look like you're doing aura repair. So I don't know if you think you're doing aura repair. If you do, then it's not working. And so that's a whole separate problem. But I think you're not doing aura repair, and you really need it. And you also have chakra damage in all your upper chakras and your lower chakras actually too. So there's that. So aura repair, chakra repair, creative ring repair up top. Just because it's so, Yeah, I think that would be to start with, and also wide flowing grounding. So aura repair grounding, but because you need protection and safety, around your head and everything. And so your auras, even just your regular auras, they're just not repaired. So they're big parts missing. So you can't protect physical things if you're not there, if you're not present and flowing. So if you've never done my aura repair stuff before, then Janet Wright, Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones is an 18-minute video. I link it below all my healing live streams just because it's a big one. It's like sort of a classic, I guess. It's a classic. So if you look under any of my recent live streams, like within a day, I'll put a healing summary in the comment section, detailed healing summary with timestamp links. And then if you look right below that, there'll be optional videos that I link, like for more information. And there's always one that says Gold Energy Aura Buffer Zones. But you could just search Janet Wright Gold Buffer Zones and you'll find it. But aura repair is the first thing that you should focus on, but then chakra repair. If you want a standalone video for chakra repair, you could do Janet Wright composite copy chakra repair. Janet Wright composite copy chakra repair, because composite copy is the name of the technique that we use to repair all the chakras. And once you work on aura repair and chakra repair for a little bit, feel free to post under any video and say what you've been working on and say your issue and say how have I been doing with that, and I'll take a look. Okay, so sorry for your hardships, and that's beautiful that you're looking to do energy healing on yourself, and I hope what I said makes sense. Someone says, what is keeping me from completing my courses? Feel somehow family energy is keeping me fearful of accomplishing my goals and independence. Getting things done is rewarding. Thanks. It is funny. I just renamed so it would be a little easier to find in searches. If you search Janet Wright Deep Thought Work, Janet Wright Deep Thought School pulls it up too, hopefully. But Janet Wright Deep Thought Work, there's a video that uses deep thought healing technique to clear baggage that you may have that's making it harder to do work, and including school work as well. So that way you could, because it can be past life stuff, it can be, all sorts of stuff. So I think that one would be nice. I think that video that I said to somebody else already, it's a shorter one of the 3 shorter ones that I've made in the last 6 months. If you search Janet Wright, generate more energy for your day, I think is the title. You'll find it's like maybe 23 minutes or less, and it does manifestation wings, creative rings, and chakras. Because I think you just need more oomph, more force. So that the getting, especially the manifestation wings, getting those to generate a lot of gold light, that would be nice for you. But yeah, so the deep thought video for work and school, excuse me, and then that video, Janet Wright, generate more energy for your day, that does manifestation wing stuff. That would be good. So I hope that helps. Thank you for your question. Somebody says, awesome, thanks, Janet. You're welcome. I'm assuming I just answered a question of yours. I think I did. Okay, so it says, thank you for this. I have to check out early. We'll watch the rest of it later. I always learn a lot from these Q&As. Best wishes. Well, thank you so much. Yes, and fun fact. Yes, can everybody, if you want, if you like it, don't want to force anybody and make anyone feel, I don't know, weird, but give it a thumbs up if you want. If you like this Q&A, you want more people to see it, you want YouTube to take it seriously and send it around, give it a thumbs up. I do have a new playlist that I will try to remember to link below. Um, that is all the Q&A videos that I have. Because I've been doing separate Q&A live streams for just over a year now, since February 2020. So there are a lot of these live streams because I did 2 a month for 13 months. So it's probably about 26 videos so far, give or take. And some are, specifically around a theme, which is kind of interesting. Like there's one for hearing your angels. There's one for self-assessment, like figuring out what you should work on next and how you're doing. Um, there's probably another couple ones that are interesting like that, like single focus, but most of them are like this, like real grab bag of all sorts of interesting stuff. So you could use that playlist and just intuitively pick, like, oh, I think this one will have something good for me today, and just it'll maybe make you remember some video that you haven't done in a while that you should do, or remind you of a certain way of looking at something that could help you today. So that's a nice thing if you want the Q&A playlist. Someone says, hiya, I'm feeling irritable, but it's only been 15 minutes since the healing. Nothing you said consciously triggered me, and I feel my grounding is good. Yeah. When I look at you, yes, your grounding is good, but then your mom is like, like right in your face. So something has got mom worked up. She got the healing too, though, this time. So, but I guess moms will be moms if they get a healing sometimes. Sometimes it does help them though to leave you alone if you get them a healing. But I think some of the burdens behind you on your path that you were dragging forward were from her, and so you cleared them. And I think even though she got the healing too, it's like she feels a little bit entitled that you should be carrying her burdens, like you're her daughter. So why wouldn't you want to carry her burdens? This is all subconscious, of course, but yeah. So just give her flower healing, help her chill out. You're like, hey, go talk to your angels. Oh my goodness, here's some flowers for you, and do it respectfully. But yeah, it's just your mom. But if somebody doesn't know who's in their face, but they feel like, okay, here's my bubble, and then woo, there's some bubble right there. Maybe it's a being, maybe it's a person. But then you use your intuition. Is it a being or a person? It's a, if it's a being, just ask your angels. Angels, can you please recycle that thing right there? So I hope that helps. La la la. Oh, and then you said even more. Is it related to my 9-hour headache yesterday? No, that was separate. That was because you had Weichi or, well, okay, did your mom cause the Weichi or damage yesterday? Yeah, partially. Yeah. She's kind of stuck. Let me talk to her for a sec. Okay, so I talked to your mom, and that part of her that was like furious and trying to beat the crap out of you on a spirit level, and she just felt really really mad. And I said, wouldn't you want a healing so that you don't feel so mad? And she's like, oh, I would love that. And I'm like, okay, well, ask your angels to give you a special healing, so that you don't feel so angry. And it's just like, oh, okay, good. So she's doing that now. So you might have to keep reminding her about that though. Because it's exhausted to feel that. It's exhausting to feel that angry. I don't think she wants that, I just think people get caught in it and they don't realize there's a way out. So you might have to keep reminding her for a week or so. Because I think that's part of the rut that she's in, is just sort of a lot of rigid, stuck emotional energy. And so she is clearing some stuff, but then she keeps sort of slipping on the banana peels of her emotional baggage and getting stuck again. So yeah, just a reminder, she can get special healings for her emotions from her angels. All right. So yeah, but yeah, you got the headache because of Weichi aura damage, which was caused by your mother. So yeah, so it's related in that both are your mother. Someone says, in terms of projecting energy, which attracts something else. Yes, because we mentioned in the healing Q&A at the end of the healing that you were, I think that you had a wounded feeling, and then that was, no, that's somebody else. I don't know why. Maybe you're referencing that question that somebody else had. In terms of projecting energy, which attracts something else, I've attracted people who are manipulative and take advantage of others, blatant lying, etc. It's gotten better, but what's up with that? Since I've asked in the healing, feel free to skip. Oh, you're so nice. No, we can do it because you haven't asked in this Q&A, so that's fine. Yeah, I think you are doing something like that, where like there's this sort of inner scream that you have that you're doing that it's just like you project. There's a part of you that's doing an inner scream that's sort of broadcasting this sort of like, I'm not getting what I need. And so it becomes this sort of mating call for other needy people, which I know is your personal nightmare. That's the screwed up thing about energy. So ironic, you know, it's like when you're needy and you feel needy, if you're accidentally projecting that neediness, you get a lot of needy people. So, like overly needy, overly like playing games kind of needy. Um, so yeah, I would just imagine the bubble for you and imagine all these people coming up to you that you find unappealing, you know, because they're manipulative and playing games. And then imagine what if you're doing something, emitting something that is attracting them. And it's kind of this pain cry that you have that's attracting them. So I think that video, Janet Wright, that I suggested to the other person at the end of the healing, Janet Wright, Heal Wounded Inner Child. That could be nice. To just heal the part of you that's got like an inner scream of like pain and heartache and, you know, all that. Heal that part of you so that you're not projecting pain out into the universe. Yeah. So I hope that makes sense. Someone says, thank you. Yes, I healed myself. Oh, yes. Thank you. It made me cry. Oh, I'm sorry, but hopefully it was a good cry. So says Janet, you need to write a book. You may do already. You know, it's a funny thing. I mean, eventually I think there will be books of some sort, but I don't know if they'll be this kind of informational thing or they'll just be like cool nonfiction, like stories type stuff that also teaches energy as you're enjoying the story. I don't know. I don't know what it's going to be, but at this point, it's not the right time for me. So I really enjoy just, you know, like I get all this information from angels and I make all these free videos and so many people can learn for free. That's sort of rocking my world right now in a good way. But books sometimes feel very retro to me, like in a sort of an unnecessary way that I have to write it down and it gets edited and then I don't know. But if I'm meant to write books, at some point it will feel just right and I'll do it and it'll be fine. But yeah, not right now. But thank you. I think you're just validating that the information that you're getting is useful. So I appreciate the compliment. Someone says, awesome. Thank you so much, Janet. Looking forward to my second layer adventure. Yes, adventures in second layer. Woo! Yeah, anybody, if you have an aura layer that you want to explore because you want more of that ability, just swim around it like a fish. See if it feels good, see if it feels right. Obviously, repair your aura, get your grounding good first. But yeah, just explore, explore an aura layer for like 5 minutes. It's fun stuff. Very fun stuff. I do have a free 2-page chakra handout if you're thinking, well, but I don't know what aura layer corresponds to the issue I have. I have a little 2-page chakra handout that I could email for free that talks about, you know, abilities that each chakra has, and the aura layer relates to that chakra. So I have that handout if you need it. You can just email me, janet@janetwrightreadings.com, and ask for the free 2-page chakra handout. And you don't have to have worked with me before. But if I don't know you, just say hi and introduce yourself a little. That's fun to get a sense of you. Someone says, P.S. I'm still super appreciative of you and the healing, even though I'm feeling crusty. Hope I didn't offend you. Well, that's very kind of you to be specific. No, you didn't offend me. I can tell sometimes when you're pissed at me, even when you can't tell. And it didn't feel like you were pissed at me at that time. But I mean, if you are, I understand. It is. There's a weird dynamic, and I'll say this out loud because a lot of my clients are either current helper jobs or will be someday in helper jobs. Like being a pro reader healer or therapist or something. There's a way in which as you're helping people to clear, at some point they could become really pissed at you, and it's like a projection thing where they're really pissed at their mom, but you're in this sort of hierarchical female position with them, and so their mind is just redirecting that anger towards you because it's safer for them to express it towards you than it is towards their mom or something, for whatever tangled reason. So it's something that as a helper you have to kind of get used to people being angry with you, which is an odd thing, but hopefully the relationship is strong enough so that people can get through that and then they don't hate you afterwards, which, and then so they get to keep evolving. And, the sort of least ideal is, they hate you, they never work with you before, and they nail you on social media. But that hasn't happened too many times for me, fortunately. You can always, as a professional, you say, angels, please protect my reputation, professional reputation. Please protect me, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, I'm not offended. Long story short, thank you. Oh, my camera's all messed up. Let me try to. I think that's okay now. Someone says, hi, Janet. Is there one thing that I could do more to work on my energy? I do regular basic healing, but I am somehow feeling a little stuck and overwhelmed from time to time. Am I missing something? Yeah, I mentioned it in, I think you had commented on a video, and I think I recently replied to your video comment. You had been missing aura repair, like one of your auras had been damaged for a while. So it was just aura repair that you were missing. I think your physical body aura was fine, but your astral body aura was whacked. I forget which one, but you were missing some aura repair that was needed. And then I think you fixed it with one of those short videos that you did. You're like, oh, this helped. You just happened to fix it then. So I think when you feel stuck and overwhelmed, you're missing one of your auras. It's not getting fully repaired. What you could do beyond that, do both of your groundings too, because that's something new that I did in today's healing and on Friday too. When I unblock grounding at the start, I'll unblock both separately, the physical body grounding and then the astral body grounding. Because I think for you sometimes, like your physical body grounding, you'll unblock that, but then you'll totally space on the astral body grounding, and it'll be like half blocked, but you won't realize it because you'll imagine both of them together, and you won't be able to see that the astral body grounding is half blocked. So if you imagine them separately, like first do your physical body grounding maybe, or one or the other do first, and then do the other, then you can notice more. You're more likely to notice. So I would say that would be good. Just double check aura repair for astral aura and physical body aura, and don't skip that. And then double check and unblock grounding for both astral grounding and physical grounding. And I think that could be what you've been missing. Other than that, just have fun, think of what you want to work on, find one of my videos that addresses it and rock it out. Because I think once you get the basics, then you can, dabble in like have pick something you're going to work on for a week or 2 weeks or a month and just keep at it. But I think unblocking both grounding separately and making sure both auras are repaired properly would be really probably what you've been missing. Okie doke. So I'm going to wrap up shortly, but someone says, thank you. You hit the nail on the head. Your assessment, gotta heal inner wounds, wounded inner child more. Yes. That's always a great thing to do. When in doubt, heal inner child. Someone says, that makes a lot of sense. Thanks, Janet. You're welcome. Someone says, thank you so much, Janet. I feel relief knowing that I'm not crazy. I just have a mother in my space all the time. LOL, I'll be getting triplet healings for her for the next year. Yeah, you could. I don't know. You could get her well, I don't know if you could, but you could put her on the waiting list to get a Healing Masterclass twin set subscription if you wanted to. I don't know if you're just kidding or, but you could get her an auto pay subscription if you wanted. For the twin sets. Someone says your response really helped. Thank you. Oh, good. Someone says thanks a lot, Janet. You're welcome. All right, cool. Well, that's a good note to end on. You guys are awesome. I hope you have a really good rest of your evening or afternoon or morning or whatever. And thank you so much. The next thing I'll be doing is a group healing on Tuesday. This theme again that we've been doing, end negative patterns, should be exciting. And yeah, and then the next Q&A will be after the March Sunday twin set healing. So the next Q&A will be March 21st. So you can look on my website if you wanted to see all the group healings through the whole year. They're on the payment page. So if you search, you go to my website, janetwrightreadings.com, and you go to the sessions menu, pay here page, and then it'll list all the healings coming up. And these days, after any Sunday healing, I also do a live stream. Yes, put her on the auto subscription, on all the auto subscriptions you have, LOL. Yeah, well, we'll see. I mean, you have to be able to pay for it and afford it. But yeah, email me if you want, and this for anybody, if you want to try to get, they're not so easy to get because most of them have sold out. So I just release like a couple now and then for like the next couple months only. But you can get on a waiting list just in case you could get one. For an auto pay subscription for the group healing, so that way you don't have to try to buy them within a couple hours when they go up on the 15th. But yeah, so if somebody wants to email me, ask about the auto pay subscription waiting list for themselves or their loved ones, feel free to do that. If someone wants to get my news emails and you don't get them, these days I send them at least once a month, the news emails. You can email and ask for that too. And you don't have to have worked with me before. If you're just genuinely interested in this stuff, that's fine. Just introduce yourself a little when you email me, that's fine. Okay, you guys are the best. Bye. Oh, should we end with animal cam? No, let's not, because my cats aren't in camera shot. Sorry. Okay.